Hey guys, welcome back to NEMT Van Talks. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Monica.
And today we are talking about how we took low-hanging fruit in the very beginning when we first started in this industry.
But guess what? We're vets now, right?
Here we are. I like to think of ourselves as vets for sure.
I'd like to think that we started from the bottom. Now we're here. Like we built our business from the bottom, and now we've grown it to where we're at today.
And I think that's important, just to give people hope. Like, you know, you may experience slow times in the very beginning, but things will definitely pick up. I know for us, there were times where we were nervous, we were doubting ourselves, but we always stayed strong in faith and hope, and just knowing that there was going to be a bright light at the end of the tunnel.
And you know, you got to think about, you have to start from somewhere, right? You have to start from somewhere. You're not going to just step into this industry and immediately have clients waiting for you to just pick up. Like, you have to build and grow to that level. And you know, when we started, we were just excited to get the few clients that we had.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you guys. So I do want to point out that when we first started in 2019.
There you go again with the year when we started.
Well, they should know.
They all know by now.
We've been in business. We're approaching 4 years, you guys.
We are.
So, but when we first started, we started out with private pay. And we had a couple of clients. It was enough for us to maintain our expenses.
Right.
But we weren't paying ourselves. It was just enough to cover those insurance and car note,
gas, you know, the basic maintenance, vehicle maintenance, but it wasn't enough where we could say we could take home a
nice juicy paycheck.
Right.
No. But I do want to point out though, we started in 2019 and COVID was just around the corner in 2020. So when COVID hit, any private pay that we had, it dropped because as you guys know, we're dealing with seniors and people with disabilities, and these folk fit into that high risk category. So they were at home. They weren't going to the doctor. The doctor's office was closed.
They were closed. Like, everything was like working remotely. Doctors were seeing their patients remotely. You know, patients, they were afraid to be transported, to be honest, with, you know, to some of their medical appointments. So things were really different.
The world had changed.
The world had changed. Yeah, and we had to learn how to adjust to what was happening. You know, a lot of business went out. You know, they couldn't manage, they couldn't survive during that time. And for us to literally start a business during the pandemic,
doing months before, yeah. But so like I said, our client base was low, so we had to think of a strategic way to begin bringing in revenue for our business, because we still had expenses, high expenses. And so we started to explore the broker option, to partner with the broker within our area to get trips. But even at that time, during COVID, at the beginning of COVID, brokers had seen a significant decrease in trip volume. But luckily for us, there weren't a lot of transportation providers in the area that we service. So they were like, okay, well, we can't guarantee you guys any trips, but when things pick up, you know, we may be able to keep you guys busy.
So initially they were hesitant to bring us on board because they couldn't give us a volume, or they couldn't keep us busy, but they knew that things were going to change back, right? We were going to get back to that space where they were going to need us. So they were willing to bring us on board with that in mind. And
we just stay hopeful. And man, you guys, they kept us busy. We
were busy.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. The brokers here, many of the brokers here have health plan contracts, Medicaid contracts, and so there's still people that need to go back and forth to dialysis. Despite the COVID-19 outbreak. People that have life-threatening
Even people that had like any, they had radiation for cancer, like those critical appointments, people still had to get their needs met. They had to go to those critical appointments. There were some surgery appointments scheduled that were critical appointments that people still had to attend. So there were some appointments. There were some patients that were still willing to be transported. And so with that, we were able to stay busy, and then we learned how to stay safe during that time as well.
Oh yeah.
Because luckily we didn't get COVID at all during those times.
Right, and we were nervous. Oh my God, we were nervous. But we were extremely busy, and like I said, this is like, we're talking about maybe like 5 to 6 months like into business. So like for us to be able to stay busy like that, we gained so much experience and knowledge on what to do, what not to do. And I think that was... We grew during that time. I think we needed that time to really grow and learn the ins and out of our business. We always said we wanted to be owner operated and know the ins and out. But during that time, we really were able to learn every single thing there was to know about this industry. We encountered so many, challenging moments. So I think it was a great opportunity just for us to really learn, our business. And we were running around like ants on an ant farm. So that gave us visibility. Like, oh my God, you guys, we were running around so much. So our vehicles were always in the streets, but they were in the streets within the area that we service. So people were seeing us, like,
they knew us, like we built a reputation during that time as well. Like, there were times we would go to certain restaurants and the drive-through meal was already comped. We didn't have to pay anything. People were grateful that we were still working during that time and that we were still willing to transport during that time. So we definitely built a relationships
I think that's probably why we've been so successful at gaining contracts and stuff, because we were there when things got hard. We didn't back up. Like, we still were there. We
had to, but people could count on us. They knew that they can call us, and we were there. Like, and so you're right, that's how we were able to build those long-lasting relationships and to still
build our client base. For sure. I have to agree with you on that. But also we were able to gain a lot of repeat business. So even though we were doing the broker trips and these clients weren't ours, we were able to get private pay clients from these trips, because when we went into these facilities, we would leave our business card and
leave a brochure,
because the receptionist would ask, like, hey, do you guys have a card? Do you have a brochure? So we would leave it. And when family members were ready to go home, for the weekend, or if they had like special events that they needed to attend, that was outside of like medical services, medical care, then they would call us.
They did. We built a clientele base off of that alone, which was really great during that time.
But I have to say, we burnt ourselves out, you guys.
But hold on. You already know. If you like the content that we're sharing, please like, subscribe, and share this video, guys. Hit the button for us, okay?
Absolutely, you guys. But like I was saying, we burned ourselves out. Like, because not only were we operating a business, we still had our own personal lives. So with all of that combined,
trying to manage your personal life and your family.
But we would be working long hours.
Girl, don't remind me. Don't remind me. Like,
we didn't get lunch breaks.
We didn't take lunch breaks. Please know, owner operators do not take lunch. There's no such thing. They should, but they don't. There's no such thing.
I think when you first get started, you're just so excited to have things pick up and see your business thriving, right?
I don't think we even thought about a lunch break though. We just we were hustling,
we were just trying to get to it, because once again, we were excited to know that we have a business that's doing well, that we're bringing money in. Now I can say, like, with working with the broker, our rates weren't as high as we would normally charge for private pay, but the trip volume was definitely there. If you guys are looking to partner with the broker, we have a nationwide broker list on our website.
Yes.
We have over 20 different nationwide brokers, so definitely check that out. And just a little word of advice in regards to that. When you sign up with the broker, depending on where you're at and what the need is, they will keep you extremely busy.
They will.
But you want to make sure that you are managing your trips and routing your trips properly, because you don't want that high trip value to affect your level of service, your reliability, because at the end of the day, this is still your brand. So if a customer is sitting at a medical appointment waiting an hour, 2 hours for you, even though they're the broker's clients, they may go ahead and call and report it to their health plan, but they can also leave a bad review, a Google review or a Yelp review on your business. And you're sitting there and you're like, okay, well, the broker gave me all these clients, but no, the broker gave you these clients, but you had the option to reroute which trips that didn't make sense for you. So definitely don't get too greedy. Only do what you can do, and if you can't do it, definitely
reroute those trips. Don't overload yourself with taking on too much volume, and you cannot accommodate those trips, because
don't overload your drivers. Don't do them like that, because they will leave you.
Absolutely. So you want to definitely keep that in mind.
So what did we learn? What did we gain?
You gotta stay tuned for the next video for us to tell you that.
All right, you guys, we'll see you on the next video.